He's like, Joel, my education, my PhD's in civil engineering. I know absolutely nothing about software development. I was like, what?
I'm Joel Tarian, and I've been an entrepreneur since I was 16 years old. I saw my first real income by age 23. Here are a few things that I've learned along the way. Making great products that customers want also includes building a company that people want to work for. Don't know where to start? Find a great mentor who is already living the life you want to live.
Hey, Joel here, and I'm going to show you in 3 simple to easy follow steps how you can quit the rat race and start the business of your dreams. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in reverse of importance here and tell you a little bit of a story. And I want to talk to you about the education system, how it has literally brainwashed people. Now, before you go, anti-education, no, that's not what I'm saying. Listen to me, because it's very important if you want to become an entrepreneur. In the education system, we are taught very good stuff. That's not what I'm saying. But also in the education system, we're taught that in order to be an expert or get paid for something, we need to be an expert in that field. So in other words, if I become an engineer, I know I can expect to make X, Y, or Z in salary, right? So we've been preconditioned to think that we need to know a lot about a certain topic in order to make good money in it. And nothing, absolutely nothing could be further from the truth as an entrepreneur. As an example, Richard Branson, as you know, owns an airline. Is he an airline mechanic or an airline pilot? No, he's not, right? So I learned that lesson from my billionaire mentor. He owned a multi-billion-dollar software company called Corel.com. His name was Dr. Michael Copeland, and I used to do his personal training at his house. Now, we became good friends over the years. Every Saturday, I would go over to his 35,000 square foot home in absolute awe and just wonder, like, man, I wish I was in software development. I wish I was doing what he was doing, because this guy's just living the friggin' dream, right? And so as we became friends, I got enough courage to ask him where he got his education from. Now, I knew he had a PhD because his name was Doctor. So he used to always say, hey, just call me Mike. So I said one day, well, where did you get your software engineering PhD? He goes, I don't have a software engineering PhD. I'm like, okay, well, where did you get your PhD in computer science? He's like, Joel, my education, my PhD's in civil engineering. I know absolutely nothing about software development. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, I remember, that's what I didn't say that to him. That's what I was thinking to myself. Like, you're kidding me. This guy runs a multi-billion-dollar company and he knows nothing about software. And that was a real aha moment for me. And he said, Joel, all I do is I go out, if I find a really good idea and I find the right people and the right opportunity in those people to help me build a business. And that really resonated with me. Literally 2 days later, I quit my job working at the Montfort Hospital in Ottawa, Canada. And so as an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter if you have any education in that field. Now, of course, just like Elon Musk picked up a few books and learned about rocket science, well, you're gonna wanna learn the basics of what you're doing. As an example, now I do run a software company. That's another lesson. Your network is your net worth. Honestly, had I never met Copeland, I don't know if I would have ever taken that leap of faith and started a software or internet company. I knew I always wanted to, but I was so preconditioned, so limited in my beliefs that if my education was in exercise physiology, I had no business going into the internet business. And that's what my mom used to tell me a lot too. So with that said, even now, I don't know how our conference software is developed. I don't know how to code our autoresponder, but I know how to use the tools, and I know the basics around that so that I'm educated enough to work with my team and see the bigger vision of what we want to do. So that's number one. Take that off the table. Get rid of your limiting beliefs. As an entrepreneur, there are so many amazing opportunities out there, and it's very, very inexpensive if you want to start on the internet. And that's my second point. The next point I want you to have is your backup plan. So when I was training Dr. Copeland, I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to quit my job. And then I actually became a doorman at night. So I was working nights to pay my mortgage and pay my basic bills. I see so many people believe that they have such an amazing idea that there's just no way it's going to fail, right? Just everybody's going to love it. And the problem is with that part may be true. Chances are it's probably not. Whatever idea you have, yes, some people will love, others won't be interested in it at all. But the problem is If you know that you're going into foreclosure, if you know you can't put food on the table, if you're becoming more and more stressed because you created this Armageddon deadline for yourself, you're setting yourself for absolute failure. So I was working as a doorman and I was getting my basic bills paid, and I was also eating very lean. I was eating macaroni and cheese, and I was only doing the things that I needed to do, not that I wanted to do. So listen, it doesn't matter if you've got 3 kids, it doesn't matter what bills you have, you can make the time, and that's the third point. You have to make the time, if your basic bills are covered, to start your business. You're never gonna find the time. Depends how passionate you are about it, and you absolutely have to make the time. So I was a doorman at night, and I was working my business during the day at that time. Now, you'll figure it out. Whether you can only do it on weekends, it doesn't matter if it's 4 or 5 hours a week, as long as you're moving forward towards your goals and dreams. And never, ever, ever quit your day job, quit whatever you're doing as a main source of income until your business income is equal or has exceeded what you're making in your current job or business. So those are 3 easy steps to follow. They're very, very important. And the limiting belief for me was the hardest one, of thinking, man, I don't know how many times I self-loathed about, oh man, I did exercise physiology, now I'm gonna be a personal trainer the rest of my life, all that kind of stuff. And guess what? I came back full circle after I learned about software development and after I learned a lot about internet marketing and how to effectively market online. What I did is I came back to fitness and I started an online fitness business, which had much more leverage and was a much better business for me. So now I run a software company, I run a fitness company, and it's been an amazing life. But in retrospect, with those tips that I've given you, if I didn't have my backup plan, if I wasn't willing to make the time, and if I didn't get rid of the limiting beliefs, I wouldn't be where I am today. So listen, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that big bell notification button so that you can be notified next time I put out a video. We'll see you on the next one.